Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to The Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Let's get started.
It's The Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara, Oscar Santana, and Rob Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
The password is iconic movie clips.
Sabrina, don't just stare at it, eat it.
I'm sorry. I just, sometimes when I'm waddling around doing nothing,
You're not a patient man.
I throw it. No, I'm not. No, I like to have, when I buy a gift, I like to present it.
Exactly.
And that's an old gift that I...
Sabrina, don't just stare at it, eat it.
And it's completely fine to play that because, it's out of context.
I think it's a cooking show, isn't it?
Yeah, now see, don't ruin it. Don't ruin it. There you go.
I won't.
If people start thinking, and then we get in trouble. That's the way it goes. Welcome to the Mike O'Mara Show. In the summer of 2023, the year that nobody gets spared from anything. That's the feeling I'm getting. I'm getting that feeling of climatological dread that it is simply a matter of time for where I live, where it's going to happen again. I don't. Who knows? I just feel like everything is. Everything I'm looking at lately is glacial water releases in Alaska causing devastation.
The storms are. There's so much. This is I think a continuation of yesterday's conversation. Like the type of devastation that's been caused around, especially our hemisphere, is unprecedented.
Yeah.
So for the hurricane season, I would be nervous if I were you.
I am, and it's the weirdest summer we've ever had here. Well, I don't want to say I haven't been here that
Do they
long, so
have
I
a
can't
way
say
to
that.
track the way the summer goes to predict hurricane season? I know the hurricanes are isolated from the summer, but
they have models and they have predictions.
Are they
as to
saying
whether
anything?
It's going to be.
Are they saying anything
What
now?
does Caesar say?
Yeah.
As far as the hurricane season, I believe it is expected to be heavier than normal. That's what they said. But it seems like more and more we get these things late in the summer. The fall. It goes all the way to November.
I have a doom and gloom indicator that's going to depress you, but if you'd like me to share.
I'm in a very good mood.
Okay.
I'm sleep
I won't
deprived.
ruin
Thank
it
you,
then.
Taylor Sheridan, but I'll get to that later. But I'm curious. I'm just curious about the planet and everything that's happening.
About 2 months ago, a ton of headlines, at least within my feed, were coming through about big insurance no longer essentially, writing new policies for homes in Florida or leaving Florida
I remember
altogether.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, old story down here.
Do you think big insurance knows something we don't know?
No, big insurance just took such an amazing hit. The biggest hit for insurance. Yes. And I don't know what I'm speaking perhaps out of school without total knowledge of this, but I know from personal experience that a huge hit for insurance is roof replacement. And after the last series of storms for a few years now, big roofing brought in big legal. And I'm a benefactor of that. I used it at my other home before we moved over here. And we had, it was a neighbor of mine who was an attorney, and he said to me, well, I was denied by, I think, an insurance adjuster for roof replacement because there was damage during the hurricane, but they denied me anyway. And I talked to this attorney. He says, well, you should use this company. I said, why? Well, they have an in-house legal department, and they do it. And they, they negotiate, and they get approval.
The roofing company.
And they fight the insurance company.
Oh, good for them.
Well, that's cool.
Inside the roof company. And then they all started doing it. And they all started winning. And they had an amazing winning percentage. And so
winning.
But I don't consider it winning. I consider it fair because these were roofs that were damaged during a storm, and they get a gazillion dollars. And so I think that put a big lick on insurance companies. It's a constant battle. There are people down in last night I was speaking, maybe 2 nights ago, I was speaking to a woman who has a business on Sanibel, which is a barrier island off the coast of Fort Myers. And she was talking about, and people should be aware of this, because the media goes away. The TV trucks go away early on
Yeah.
that there are people who are still without a home. There are people that are still without a functional home. There are people still unable to do it. The attitude on this little hamlet of Sanibel Island, beautiful place in Southwest Florida, is that the rebuilding now will be for the elite because these investment groups and these developers have swooped in and gotten properties that have been devastated on the cheap, and they are going to rebuild palaces for people. So
On
another
stilts?
check mark. Probably vertical, Oscar,
Yeah.
because that's the way they roll with these. You know, who would do anything else if you had the means? Once again, the little guy, you know, that was just relies on insurance, relies on disaster aid, relies on help from the county, from the city, from the federal government, from the state government. All the little guys, and you don't hear about this, are the ones that are summarily effed in a storm. And in this case, the way it's trending is that you're going to have a lot of these rebuilds. The only people that can afford to do it are the people with super deep pockets. So the rich are getting their new shiny
Once
houses
again,
out of this.
benefiting where everyone else
but
suffers.
and I'm not talking about the people with money. I'm talking about the rich
Yeah.
that can build $3, $4, $5 million houses.
It's a great
down here.
opportunity if you have a lot of money.
But isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there are
It's-
still people that are lining up weekly. My wife lives down close to Sanibel near the causeway that goes
Works,
over.
right? That's
There are
where her
people
shore
that,
is, right?
Works down there.
Yeah.
And she, well, no, I have to tell the truth now. She's living down there.
Oh, well, that's nice, isn't it? Mike, there's nothing like time apart to strengthen a
She's
marriage.
moved.
She's down there. She's down there, and there is a distribution center, food pantry with a massive parking lot, one of the biggest parking lots, and it is full on the days of the week. They're not every day. On the days of the week that they open up, and lines. This is today. This is essentially almost a year from the devastation, and so it goes on, and people don't pay attention to it. And I just think that it's been top of mind this week because I've been down there and I've talked. And I talked to a lady the other night. We forget our tragedies in America so quickly. We are so on to the next thing, and we don't realize. A woman I'm talking to the other night had a 73-year-old father-in-law, died of COVID. You don't hear about that.
Wow.
You know, we were talking about they don't put up memorials. They put memorials up to people that get murdered, but they don't put memorials up to all the people that died about COVID. It was just swept away.
Yeah.
It's swept away because people have agendas going on. But there are people hurting down here. That, Oscar, you missed it last week. It's why I was so glad to get those people from FK Your Diet on that. Just opened their doors and went, here's food. No
That's
red tape.
sweet.
Here's our food. Come in, come and grab it. But yeah, there is a complete and total reset down in Southwest Florida after Ian. When you get a devastator and you get a direct hit, your attitude, there was such a cavalier attitude on hurricanes down here. People were like, yeah, we get them all the time. That's completely changed. The question you ask people who stayed during Ian usually is, would you do it again? Absolutely not. You get that all the time.
Wow.
Absolutely not. And I spoke to a woman who was in a high-rise on the 9th floor who, to this day, because of the legal battles and the association, the condo association, is not back in her home, and her home is not functional, and she can't get in there. And I said, well, what was, would you stay again? She said, absolutely not. I said, why? She said, because on the 9th floor of the high-rise, the building was shaking when the winds came through. If you think you're safe in one of those from storm surge,
it's
but
supposed to be hurricane proof.
you just it's scary stuff. So people are still
Easy
hurting
to
down
write
here.
on an ad.
Yeah,
Hurricane
I feel bad for you. You got to
Yeah,
deal with it.
I do too.
It sounds like. I hope it's not worse this year, but
I do too. I do, and it's back. And today, life goes on back to school for most of the kids in the area.
That's
People
terrific.
are marching back to school. When do they go back to school in Washington D.C.?
Next week, I believe, for Loudoun County. That's when
Oh,
Carrie goes
you don't
in.
worry about it anymore. It doesn't affect you
well,
anymore, does
it does, because my wife is a teacher.
When does she go back to school?
She has already begun prepping. I think she's in training this week, and I think the students come in someday next week. I think,
Okay.
but
All right.
she's started up again. Robert goes back to WVU on Saturday to start his, and Julia is of course still working in the vegan bake shop. Stop by for a dry scone.
And she's out now.
She's done. She's done. Yeah.
So she's
And
yeah.
We've got
That's two kids
yeah,
on the
you
show
got
that are
2 more
baking.
years.
Yeah,
Good to go.
That's 2 kids. Your daughter and my daughter baking. That's good.
Really?
All right, yeah. It's
Mike, don't be
I don't-
mean.
I'm not being mean. I just worry. I want the best for my kids. That's what I
Wasn't
want.
Connor going
Want.
to take care of her?
He is. He's taking care of her.
Yeah.
He's saving up. But anyway, that's no. I think he's going to
Sorry.
be fine. I just worry. He knows I worry. I'm very open and honest. With all of
Mike,
my thoughts, Oscar.
What's the old blessing? I give you a loaf of bread so that you shall never know hunger.
Is Julia living with you guys now?
No, she's keeping her place in Richmond
Oh, she's
And-
baking down in Richmond.
and paying for it herself. She also works at a print shop, to be fair.
So
And-
she said she wants to take a year off before she figures out what she wants to do.
And she's still printing her zines, she's in a zine show this weekend in Richmond.
What's a zine?
A zine is a little, basically you fold a piece of 8.5 by 11 paper into a small pamphlet, and she does artwork and writes in it, and they're very cute. They're really neat. She did one. She saw Carrie yesterday, and she wrote one about Carrie that was extraordinarily sweet, about her best day ever when she was a kid. And
okay.
and
but it's a greeting card of some kind.
well, it's
or-
more like
It's a mini magazine.
It's a mini magazine, and they're popular among that age group.
Okay.
One of her final projects,
something that the old man missed again.
one
Can't
of
help it.
her final project for college was they found an abandoned Richmond Times-Dispatch newspaper box that you used to see on the street corner, and they stripped it down and repainted it with their logo and put it on campus and used it to distribute their zines,
Okay,
which is
all right, good.
really cool. She's
Well, Oscar, I think it's time for you to adopt a young adult.
No, I have one. Her name's Shannon.
So why did you want to talk about back to school first today? Why did you
Well,
want
I
to do
think back
that?
to school now is completely different for someone that has a kid that's, in elementary school, because when I was a kid, it was make sure you had your Texas Instruments calculator and
TI-49
all your, your notebooks.
Right.
backpack.
Look, I'm old enough that if you had a computer at school, that was cool. Now everybody has them.
Oh, we
Do you guys have any
never had a
memories of
computer.
academic anxiety? Are you able to go back and remember
100%.
enough where you remembered what grades were a little stressful? Michael's very stressed out for going into 4th grade, very much so.
I think it's changed now, but when I was a student, the switch to intermediate school was from 6th to 7th grade. So elementary school was K through 6, and then your intermediates were 7th and 8th. I panicked for 7th grade.
7th grade is
Yeah,
7th
you're
and 8th
trying-
grade
you're
for me were
figuring
the
out-
worst years for
You're going
me.
through puberty. You're figuring out what's going on. You're growing hair where you never had hair before.
Meanness.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
Meanness
and then
abounds at that age.
You
Horrible.
have to. If you're in public school, you have to figure out what you're going to wear to school. If you're cool
Yeah.
or not.
yeah, lockers and changing classes, which was
I was
new to
not
me.
cool.
That was tough. It was
Were you
weird.
bullied? Either one of you bullied at all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Mhm.
Both of you were?
Well,
I was
thought
bullied by Oscar.
I thought I was cool,
That's
but I
now.
wasn't really cool.
I thought you. Oh, back then.
Yeah, you thought what was cool?
I thought I was cool, but I was not cool in middle school
Okay.
because
That rhymes.
I was getting good grades, and I was apparently a
Hey,
nerd.
Nothing is cooler than academia.
You were getting good grades in middle school.
I was getting great grades, and probably until my senior year in high school
What I remember
when
about
I
middle
when I
school,
found the magic vagina.
Now, was that a class or?
No, it was my girlfriend in high school.
I see.
in high school.
Yeah.
So you were active in high school.
Who wasn't?
Well, I wasn't.
I mean,
I wasn't
you
either.
met the French girl behind the shed in Maine. I thought you were 16.
It was
That
not
was not high school.
And
I don't
that was
count.
not behind a shed.
Stop it! I don't want more detail. I don't need more detail, Rob. Don't
Mike, I'm
need,
helping
don't
you.
need
I'm
to
sorry.
fill that
I'm
in.
just saying
Behind
that
a Cracker
Behind
Barrel.
a shed would be fine. Behind a shed is perfectly not aware. That's good for me. I like that.
On the
But
stupid-
my point
not
is
in code either.
that
Behind
was
Dick Queasy's.
that was, pardon the pun, a one-off.
Oh.
And then the high school career was very lots of dating, but not not a lot of becoming a man, if you know what I mean. That clicked in sophomore year of college.
No, you've made up for lost time.
What I
Jesus.
call the windfall years. The windfall years in college. Oh my God. It was just, I don't know what happened. I must have been, I think it was right before I started to get my my college 25-pound weight gain. You know, it was so I was when I got to American University and transferred in my junior year. That it was the
You're a
writing was
mystery
on
man.
the wall. It was,
What were the
You're a
Bush?
new meat.
What were the Bushnell years?
High school.
High school.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but they
All
were
right.
just like held hands.
Well, maybe not.
No,
even
I
that.
mean the two sisters, I dated both of
You
them.
didn't steal
one
a
I
smooch?
took, one was more of a friend. I stole a smooch from the one sister, but the other sister was
It was Candy
the
and Randy.
Candace
wasn't it?
Bushnell. She prefers to be called Candace now.
Oh.
That was just the prom.
Okay,
It was
that's
that-
right.
Her senior prom, and I went with her in my. She's 1 year older than I am. I went with her in her senior year, my junior year.
Okay.
And then after she graduated, my senior year, I dated her sister. Both lovely, lovely women.
Never made it
Girls.
up to the mom,
No, never. I don't think I ever met the mom.
Mother Bushnell.
But I think she was also, lovely.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Mhm.
Mac, when did
Yeah.
you get active?
Still waiting.
Oh, good man.
That's nice.
Attaboy.
Late
You know what?
bloomer. Yeah, you
but-
know what?
You know what? You know what I like about you,
He
Mac?
tells the
I
truth.
like your balls.
Yes.
I really do.
Yeah.
I like the
Maybe,
fact. And don't
maybe he
take
should
that,
pursue you.
and don't take that out of context, please. No, he's just he's very. I think we have
That's the
created.
social. That is the social.
Oh no!
But cut it off right when he
no.
says it.
Oh no! No, 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 no.
You know what I like about you, you young man?
Yes, I like
Your
you.
balls.
I like your balls. Your,
God, they're gonna bet that I might have a social worker at my door.
No.
you know what I like about you, Mac? You're untouched. You're pure.
You know you can wear a white tuxedo to your
No,
wedding.
I think we have fostered an environment for Mac where he's just completely honest
That's true.
and no filter, and I like that. I like the fact that he right away he lets people know. That's it. I think he's going to make a fine.
we got to
hubby
get. Is Kiki
someday.
K divorced yet?
Oh, all
That's-
the way?
now
Yeah, all the
you're
way
gonna
with
get-
Kiki K.
K.
Now you're gonna
We got to
in
get a
trouble.
listener to
I
flower
think
you.
she is. I think she is single.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Unfortunately, I think the actuarial tables would prohibit a plethora
How
of.
dare you? You don't know what a woman's body's capable of.
I know what a woman's body is capable. I'm just saying.
And
as
here's to
someone
you,
who-
Mrs. Robinson.
Well, yeah, that could happen.
And
too,
Carrie's
I suppose.
significantly
And I'm
older
probably
than
being
me.
a hypocrite by mentioning that.
Just get a
Yeah.
yardstick and then just explain. This is the areola. This is what you do here.
Why do you need a yardstick?
I think Mac
like as a
is
pointer?
It,
Okay.
Yes.
is it for lack of trying or
Yeah.
yeah? You're
I
not.
enjoy being alone.
Oh, okay.
As
All right.
do I. Do you want Shannon? You can have
Do you
one.
really enjoy being alone, Oscar?
Oh, yes.
Really?
Oh, look,
I do too.
if I could go back, I would introduce Shannon to a wonderful, strapping young man that could give her babies, and I would be alone. I would be alone if I could go
Like-
back in time.
But
I
you
love
would
her.
still
I'm
be
lucky.
married to her?
No. We.
Boy, this
there
got
was totally
This
alone.
If you go back,
sad.
you just said then if we're going to be accurate, if
Yes.
I could go back in time,
Yeah.
I would have her marry another man.
Yes.
Yeah, you would be a marriage merchant,
Yes.
and you would say, "See,
Wow.
I like
being married is so much work, and everybody warned me. They're like, "Dude, don't do it. Don't do it." Like, I'm so unhappy. My friends that were married would tell me secretly they were unhappy.
No, I love being married. I think that's
I
great.
think that's
but
one
I think,
way for
but
you.
I think
unfortunately.
after
Do you love it, Rob? Do you love it?
yes,
I don't think Carrie loves.
I do. Well, you know what? She signed the paper. She made the promise before God. I didn't bring her. I didn't twist her arm to do that. But
Yeah.
after being together for 26 years and change, I think time apart is very important.
Oh, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Some of the best marriages I know, or the most successful marriages I know, are, rooted in that.
Yeah.
And as I said, now, when Michael goes back to school, I'm gonna have a lot of time when I can kind of just do my own thing.
Hi,
and
Mac. It's
I'm
me,
really,
Mike.
I stop it. And I'm looking forward to getting things done around the house, stuff
Yeah.
that I've been putting off all summer. Summertime for people with kids, especially young kids.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's brutal. Though, if you have a great relationship like you do, Mike, and I just had I won't divulge. I won't be disrespectful of his personal life, but a good friend of ours took his daughters to the Taylor Swift concert. One of
Swifties.
one of I think was 7 nights at sold out at the Eras tour, the last leg of her first American tour.
Mike, Taylor Swift is quite popular right now.
And everybody that I know that has gone to that tour across the country, they talk about the amount of love and the dopamine rush that hits you whether you're a fan or not. And when he mentioned that he was going, I was literally jealous. And I don't get jealous.
Jealous of like his family status.
Well,
where
I was
he had
jealous that
kids
the
to
man's
bring.
Well, the man's fertile clearly because he's got kids. So
Right.
there you go.
Seems to be
Okay, so
a theme
you're
here.
jealous.
Yes, and
You're
then
jealous on
and
that level.
And then the other is that he gets to experience this with his kids, which is going to be, from what I'm hearing, anybody that goes, whether they have kids or not, it's a monumental experience because it's just the first of its kind of this type of concert, right?
It's funny what you're jealous of
Yeah.
because I have what you're jealous of.
Yes.
What I'm jealous of is when I'm out on a golf course and a guy announces that I thought was older, much older,
Mhm.
that it's his 63rd birthday. And the other guy asked him, when did you retire? And he said, 13 years ago. And I go, and I'm like, so yeah, that's because the guys that are no longer in the game are mostly approaching the 7-0.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And I have no business being jealous of them because I love what I do, and B, I'm going to do it for a long time, and I'm fine with that. You know, if the thing can last, we're very excited. But these guys that can, you know, it's the kids done with kids, done with work, done with, and they are literally, where am I going to poop? What time do I show up for my tea time, and where am I going to have dinner? And sometimes when it's a whirling dervish, as this week has been, when it's just nonstop, I get jealous of those guys.
Really?
And I have, I get jealous of the total
the freedom?
Yeah, but they're not all that happy. They're probably bored to death.
Well, everyone
They
has.
probably
Well,
are.
I think everyone has sadness in
I
their
think
life.
if we all consume less, we could figure out a way to retire on our own dime, right?
Absolutely.
Like in any capacity. Like you can decide what your level of comfort for retirement is, especially
Yes.
as you get into your 50s and 60s and 70s, depending on what you want and what drives you. So I think those are that's in the eye of the beholder. I don't no longer equate retirement as in you've made so much money that you get to do whatever the F you want when you want.
Right.
Because I've seen enough families retire and they drive a Hyundai or a Volvo or a Prius and they live within the means that they have, and that's it. They're not, doing crazy things, and it is what it is.
Right.
When I
That's a good way to live, though, by the way.
Agreed.
I have to
Yes.
recommend that.
Agreed.
I lived at many different with many different perspectives in my life, and I never got to the chase the next door neighbors, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
where you're
keeping up with the Joneses.
oh my God, that's pressure. That's pressure I do not need. And I was looking at our spending this morning, actually, before the show, and I'm like, yeah, okay, that's cool. And I knew every single thing. I knew
Good.
every little bitty tiny thing. I knew, a trip to Walmart. I knew, and that's not a bad. And you're right. If everybody was like that, I think we'd be better off. I really.
I don't know
think
if
we'd
we
do
we
well.
still need the capitalists to build, right? But if
You can have the capitalists to build. You
Yeah.
can have that.
Yeah.
And,
Oscar was
and,
almost human for a second, wasn't
he?
Yeah,
he was
very
really,
close.
He was really being very, very
I'm not
cool.
saying
We
it's
need
what
the
I
robber
wanted. I'm not
barons,
saying
Mike.
it's what I want to do. I'm saying it's what you guys.
You
maybe
still want
wanna
to
do.
be
Yes.
Oscar
talking
wants
about me and Rob?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, maybe you should
Oscar-
think
Putting
of
us
it
together.
that way.
That's
Yeah.
it. I've gotten that vibe free for a whole fucking year. Yeah, we eased to that.
I'm not saying it's
Have
me.
we not
It's
eased
not
into
what
that,
I
Rob?
want.
I'm in your boat. I'm in your boat now. I am fully in your boat, and I have to accept it. I have no other choice.
Yeah. But Oscar won't be happy until he's running a railroad.
Yes.
That's right.
I don't need B&O. I just need one of the other guys.
Right.
Yeah.
But no, seriously, it is.
Don't-
I see my.
You know who's saying don't poke the bear now? This guy. This
There-
guy.
There is.
This guy. The old Mike, 9:15 today. I said, thanks for the notice. And I would have been, and he'd get angry, and I'd be in dire straits. And I can't go that. The last fight we had, he wrangled me. He broke the stallion with the last fight we had.
It's so sad to see.
I don't live in fear of Oscar, but I definitely don't.
How about this? We trust each other. We trust each other for the path ahead.
I don't know. I do trust you.
Yes.
There's no. First of all, it wouldn't matter.
Correct.
Now,
Correct.
Because I've trusted. Yeah. Back in the days, I didn't. You've proven yourself. So that's cool. But it's definitely a dynamic that's just when you lump me in with Lumpy.
I'm just messing around.
Look, God, that hurts.
That's
like a
I dream of.
Oh, but it's great for me.
My sister-in-law's.
Welcome, fellow
It probably isn't that bad for you, right?
What do you mean?
Well, being, when he puts us together like that,
I was just teasing.
Here's what's weird. It's really a big deal for you, but it doesn't really affect me at all.
It doesn't affect you. Okay.
No.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, he's happy. Like, he's happy, and he was happy before his hospital stay.
Yes.
He's happy now. That's what makes him so special. Like, he
seems happy. His marriage seems happy.
It's crumbling, but he's happy. He is happy.
It's the Lumpy factor, Mike.
I'm sorry. I will never call you Lumpy again.
Yes, you will.
I will never call you Lumpy again.
And it doesn't
What's
matter.
that from?
All right.
Lumpy
It
is
should matter. Hey,
Animal House?
it's from Leave It to Beaver.
Oh,
You know
okay.
what I wish for you, Rob?
What?
I wish for things to matter. I want it all to matter to you.
Okay.
All to matter. You don't like Lumpy, do you?
It's all right. You've called me a lot
no,
worse.
Come on. Oh, jeez.
Was
That's passive aggressive.
Was the character
Come on.
Lumpy in Animal House as well?
No.
Lumpy Rutherford was a Leave It to Beaver character.
Yeah, he was played by Frank Bank. His father was Mr. Rutherford, Fred Rutherford, played by Richard Deacon. Okay, you know what? I don't
the role
like
of
Lumpy.
The beaten down coworker will be played by Rob Spiewak.
No. It's not anything like that.
You've called me worse.
Well,
oh my God.
What I should say
LP.
is I've deserved it. So, Mike, no more Lumpy. We can agree on that.
All right.
All right. Very good.
You don't like.
There he is.
You.
Oh no, that's just too close to home.
Way to go, Mac.
Don't hit it.
Way to go. That's awesome. I love that.
That's a low blow. I'd be upset if I was Rob.
You know what I
That's
find?
it.
I file all this jealousy stuff. Grass is always greener. You always think the
Yeah,
grass is always
true.
If you
Very
were
true.
taking two daughters to a Taylor Swift concert, you'd want to put a knitting needle in your eye. I guarantee
I
you
think
that.
No, you wouldn't.
Where
I
did
think I
you
would have
hear this
enjoyed it.
love thing?
No.
Where did you hear
From
about
multiple people that have gone to this tour.
And Mike, if you
multiple
take your
people
kids,
that aren't like you?
no, I've been to a concert with Oscar. Oscar's a good concert guy.
Yes, we love
Is he
music.
a lighter holder?
No,
Or a phone holder?
I would if I could.
He, but I will say that some of my favorite moments with my kids have been at concerts.
Right?
Yes, because it's something that you can overlap on.
I look.
Even Fall Out Boy, which I was not a fan of Fall Out Boy.
Right.
They're fine, but I'm not a fan. And Julia screamed so hard her voice was altered for 4 days. I've never seen her that happy, and it's
while we're
great
on
to
the
be a part
subject
of
of
that.
taking our kids to something,
Yes.
if anybody knows, and I shouldn't do this, but I'm sorry, I don't do it very often, so I'm appealing to a way in. All right. If anybody knows how I can score tickets in Miami to the Giants Miami game and do it at a reasonable rate.
I know.
You do?
Yes. StubHub.com.
Shut up, Oscar. Trying to get somebody that's got a connection. Okay?
That was a very
Well, how often do I go for a naked hookup? You know what? I
Never.
just can't.
Mike. That
I
was
just
so much
can't.
like Tommy Boy. Shut up, Oscar.
Shut up, Oscar. Your brain's got the shell on it. I'll ask Oscar because
Yes.
Oscar's dabbled in NFL tickets.
Yeah,
more
of
than
course.
both of us.
My
Let me ask you
God.
this question. So this is my theory.
Yes.
All right. Preseason would be when they announce the schedule. You know, a lot of New Yorkers
The worst time to purchase them.
on the East Coast and tickets like, are you kidding me? Even up there?
Yeah.
That's how much. And I said, well, wait a minute. If the Giants suck ass and
Correct. Where in the
and
season? Where in the season
during,
is the matchup?
during the season
But
where they are
mid-season or when's the game?
mid to late season.
Oh, Tua
yeah.
will be out. He'll have like 3 concussions. They'll have a random quarterback in.
So
You'll get him
it'll be
cheaper. Yeah,
it'll
get
be
him on the
cheaper.
fire sale.
Mike,
Thank you.
for
Good.
big events, if you're going to StubHub it, do it week of because people panic. People
Okay.
panic and prices drop.
You got it. I will plan.
Yeah.
There. See, I got help from my own guys. I
Done
don't need help from
and
anybody.
done.
Unless you get a rich relative, by the way, I would do all my voices. If you had
Mike, Wellington Mara is calling me. Would you like to speak to him?
the dead owner of the New York Times. No, grass is always greener, isn't it,
Yes, I
fellas?
agree.
Right?
I agree. Yeah.
No, I've seen
But
really,
it gets-
really wealthy people. They seem very happy.
But you know what? Also, Mike,
the air of happiness seems like they're not even thinking about the
These
next
guys-
3 years.
I've
these
seen
guys-
miserable
oh,
rich
yeah,
people
I
too,
know that
though.
you're talking about.
Yeah.
These guys down here, when they talk about their travel,
Oh, yeah.
it's incredible. I know you love to travel.
Well,
so,
I mentioned to somebody yesterday on a call that has something, and this was afternoon. This is a podcast call, and they said, did you get a chance to go? We're on vacation this summer, and I was like, I went to see my brother, nothing crazy. And they're like, I just got back from Nantucket, and it's like, we summer up there every. Have you ever been? And I was just like, what? I was like, I'm going to Medellin in September.
Yeah.
that is, but I told Carla that, and that sounds fascinating. To me.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the idea. This is going to be one of your trips where, due to the restrictions,
Correct.
Oscar will not be checking in. So he's going to get on a plane. He's going to fly to Medellin, and then
I'll
you
come
and
back
I,
in a
Rob,
duffel bag.
You and I are going to play the waiting game, What if he comes into the studio and goes, how was your trip? It was fine.
It was
It
a
was
lovely
okay.
country that I enjoyed very much.
Right.
Be like
Rob,
the Manchurian
you can start
Candidate.
putting together a Medellin soundboard.
Yes.
Okay.
There are
Right.
plenty of films.
Anytime we bring up Medellin, please put that would be something, and I might try to source that as well. It should be a lot of fun.
But Mike,
So,
don't you feel as you get older, there's less grass is greener going on?
I don't know. No, I don't. I hate to tell you that.
I do.
don't.
I do.
I don't. No, you do?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Oh, okay. I still have the eye of the tiger a little bit. I still have ambition.
You're still
with what
hungry.
we do. I am hungry because
Yes.
of what we do.
Many ways.
I am hungry because of what we do and how I view what we do. And for the listeners to know this, I think it's a good thing that I value this and I'm proud of this. And I think that this is fun and entertaining
But I'm
every
not
day.
talking about the show. I'm talking
no,
about
but I'm
life.
saying that the success of it.
Right.
no, he still wants more. Mike would
The
want
only
more,
measure
yeah.
that I want, the only measure is I love this and I like to innovate with this. And obviously, having more coming into this show would allow us to do different things. I think we do great with what we've got, but gathering more people, sharing this with more people is my constant desire that I would love
Your
to.
competitive edge reminds me, and this is with high praise. When I have conversations with you, or I have conversations with Donnie Simpson, or I have conversations with
Jealousy, there's jealousy right there.
with Reed Galen,
Yes.
this high level of competition to succeed at the craft or whichever medium they're working in, and in some cases a little more important than others outside of radio ratings,
Right.
Or if you're trying to save this democracy, I think we can all get behind that.
Sure. Good guys. over
It
there.
is really, that is infectious. Where you're like, okay, you want to win, we're here to win as well. That
Yeah.
level, that's what pushes you.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
there absolutely, and so maybe somewhere in the back of my mind, I will never accept the status quo. I don't
I don't think
have
you
the
ever
chip.
have.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it exists there, and
Yeah.
little things that we do on this show that just mean the world to
Dominique
us, and
has
we're-
that same edge.
You got you
Like
you,
it's
I love
so
it.
matter of fact. He's like, we're talking about YouTube strategy. He's launching
Yeah.
a new show in the fall. Like it's
It's the fun part.
it's like go time, right? That competitive side.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's the fun part.
Yes.
It's the fun part every day. Michael, make your own Jimmy Dean muffin. Daddy's working.
Yeah.
That's it. That's where we are. I'm a Mr. Mom. I've got a kid in the room next door, and he's
Yeah.
chugging along. Oh, and just a little thing, if I can brag, I'm sorry that I
Please.
brag. My kid is not the fastest kid on his team. He's not the slowest, and he's upper middle of the pack. But they do a lap. They do the football field lap before every practice in full pads in 96 when we arrived at the game. Last night, second night in a row, leader of the pack on pure hustle. If you do not think that is making the heart beat out of my chest
Yeah.
when I'm watching my kid come in first, simply because and see his hands go down to his knees because it is warm out
He's
there.
pushing
and
Yeah.
he
You ever want to
is,
run alongside him?
that no. Okay, shut up, Oscar.
That was pretty
Here we
good.
are. We have to do the thing. Yeah, run alongside of him. That would be funny. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Washington, D.C. and the Oscar and Rob Show. Today, a tribute to our former fearless leader.
We had something happen.
We'll be right back, everybody. Here is a fact, ladies and gentlemen. 80% of men will experience hair thinning in their lifetime.
Yes.
But you can fight. Yes, you can fight. You can fight back. Discover Nutrafol. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist-recommended hair growth supplement. You can take control of your hair health. You can improve growth. You can improve thickness and scalp coverage. Visit Nutrafol.com/men. Take the Hair Health Wellness Quiz and get a personalized plan for better hair health through whole body wellness. Take the first step to visibly thicker, healthier hair. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com/men and enter the promo code TMOS. Find out why over 4,000 healthcare professionals recommend Nutrafol for healthier hair. Nutrafol.com/men.
Am I going to say this without?
Yes.
I don't know what they allow you to say anymore because I've been taking the 4 pills in the morning.
Yes.
And I gotta tell you, I was skeptical because we don't like being flim-flam men or anything like that.
Right?
Like something's working. Let me tell
That's
you.
Well, that's
awesome.
awesome. That's great to
Yes.
hear.
That's awesome. And look, they wouldn't
I'm
be
feeling the
talking
impact.
about those numbers if they
Yeah.
weren't doing some good.
Correct.
Yeah.
Nutrafol.com/men. Enter a promo code, though. You got to do that. That's
Yes.
TMOS. Nutrafol.com/men. Promo code TMOS, everybody.
I will build a round table.
I never seen an issue that was so dangerous it couldn't be talked about.
The round table.
As we go into the NFL season, and this is one of the reasons I reformatted the news here, so we could do occasionally more deep dives on stuff. And everybody has, football is the way to go in this country now.
Well, it's the
and
biggest.
everybody is curious about their particular team. So I wanted to get all of them involved here when the NFL teams were valued. In general, NFL teams are more valuable than they were last year. I have the list of all the teams and their value. It probably goes without saying you know what the most valuable team is. Do you happen to know that one off
Dallas
the top of your head?
Cowboys?
It's
Dallas
America's
Cowboys.
team.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Let me just rapidly go through from worst to first. I'll get another guessing game. What do you think the last place one is?
The least valuable franchise.
Least valuable
The
franchise.
Browns. Doo-doo Brown.
You are in the right state.
Ohio.
Bengals?
Yes, Bengals.
Ah, very
at,
good.
Oh man.
at $4 billion. $4 billion though. Okay. Hey, Cincinnati.
Well, they would
$4
take
billion.
3.9
Isn't
in
that
cash.
the GDP of all of Cincinnati?
But right in the
took the
fours,
team out, the whole state would be sucked into the earth.
a lot of them are at 4. A lot of them are in the 4s. In fact, the majority of the teams are in that.
Can you give us the top 10?
$4 billion. I'll give you the top. Well, I'll go through all the
Okay.
ones that are in the 4s.
As the
Cincinnati,
numbers get
Jacksonville.
bigger, the
He
teams
hates sports. All right, let me go
May
through
I say
these.
something about the Browns? I'm sorry before
Yes,
you get through
the Browns.
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
So there's the latest Netflix series, and I'll take it. It's on Johnny Manziel.
Yeah.
We all remember him. His flash
One
in
of the
pan.
flameouts.
Yes.
One of the big flameouts in the history of sport.
I didn't realize this, and I feel like a rube for not knowing this, but a lot of these digital playbooks have readouts to the coaches if they actually like how much game time someone's watching game film on these tablets. And Johnny Manziel watched 0.0 game film
Unbelievable.
throughout his
Wow.
NFL career.
A quarterback. The guy that
Wow.
probably should spend the most time watching film.
He would just go in there and sling the ball and then fail miserably, and we wonder why.
And at the pro level, there's so
Yeah.
much more involved in that.
Can I
So,
say something about the Browns?
Yes, go
They
ahead.
were Elvis's favorite football team.
That's great.
He used to
Thank you.
mail them plays.
Oh, that's very. I wonder if they used any of them. Cincinnati, Jacksonville, going from the bottom to the top.
Okay.
Detroit, Buffalo. Isn't that surprising? Wouldn't you think Buffalo would be more
They have a
valuable?
terrible stadium.
I think I should buy it.
Number 30, 29 is Buffalo. Tampa Bay.
Yes.
By the way, they're all within.
It's these media markets, though, right? Doesn't it draw the media markets?
I believe that has a lot to do with it.
You got 4 billion, 4 billion, 4.1, 4.13, 4.15. Tampa, Arizona, New Orleans, Cleveland at 4.2 billion. Indianapolis, Baltimore, 4.24 billion. Carolina, Tennessee Titans, still in the fours, people. They're all about $4 billion. Minnesota, almost $4.5 billion. Kansas City, a little over $4.5 billion. L.A. Chargers, here we go. We're getting to the biggies now. Green Bay Packers, Pittsburgh Steelers at 16. Seattle, Denver, Atlanta, Miami, Houston. Now we get into the top 10. I'm very surprised that as new as they are, but they are valuable. The Las Vegas Raiders are $5.77 billion franchise. The Eagles, followed by the Chicago Bears, and then your Washington Commanders. And by the way, with the Washington Commanders up in what's the deal with naming and stuff? Is there? I hear rumors floating around all the time.
Time to get that done, but
are they going to do that?
I think they're going to rename it. Yeah,
they're going to rename the team. That's exciting. I like that. I think that's a good idea.
And there is a buzz. You don't. I mean, I don't feel the hate as strong as we did in the past.
Yeah, but it's going to be a big cold bucket of water when they realize that a new owner is great, but it's only been a few months since the last season. It's going to be largely the same team. So get ready for some disappointment, I think, as they build.
But I think it's
I see so many people that are looking for a flip of the switch.
It's not the team. They're going to look just if they improve the stadium from now, like even the club level, right? Or they shore up some of the experience at the stadium. That's a step in the right direction.
That's huge. That is huge. But I mean, people are, they're screaming how great the team is going to be.
It's going to be terrible.
And it's going to be really rough. I feel sorry for them.
So when you get into the top 8, that's
what was the value of the Commanders, by the way?
The Commanders
just sold, right?
They just sold $6.05 billion.
That's a lot more. I mean, I know
that's how much they just sold it for.
Yeah, but that's a lot of money if you consider a lot of them are at 4.
But it's still it's still the Commanders.
When you get into the $6 billion club, it's starts with Chicago and goes all the way through to number 3. You got the Jets, Niners, Patriots, and L.A. Rams, all in the 6s. Then the top 2, my beloved, the New York Giants at 7.4, of course, the New York market.
Yeah.
And then, just waxing the rest by $2 billion. Almost $2 billion. The Dallas Cowboys at $9.2 billion. This is just amazing. It's crazy.
New stadiums help. The support of the cities help.
Yeah,
if you recall, the Commanders at one point they were the most valuable franchise.
I recall this,
right? And then
they were.
Old Danny
way back
boy.
when. Yeah.
Do you think
ground?
Do you think the Jets are high? I mean, not just because of their market, but because of the buzz about them this year. Do you think that would be enough to change the value?
No,
they had a betting story yesterday.
That's what I'm talking about.
They got to win something first.
More people. It's still going. This story still got legs. More people. Usually, this goes two ways. It goes away. Or it's legitimized by more folks. Well, more people are accusing Lizzo of inappropriate sexual behavior after the singer was sued for sexual harassment by 3 of her former backup dancers. Attorneys representing the lawsuit against Lizzo confirmed on Wednesday that they have been reviewing and vetting new complaints from at least 6 people with similar stories who worked with Lizzo. The lawyer, I'm Ron Zambrano.
Oh, he sounds good.
I'm Ron Zambrano. He shared his firm has been examining dancers who examining dancers who worked with Lizzo on her Amazon Studios reality show. Lizzo, watch out for the big girls. Zambrano said in a statement that the original 3 accusers have bravely spoken out and shared their experiences, opening the door for others to feel empowered to do the same. So more to come for Lizzo.
And but I'd like to see both sides.
Yeah, of course. Innocent till proven guilty.
But I guess I don't know. I just feel bad. This is finally someone that breaks through with a different, I guess,
presentation.
Not presentation, but just like that. What we think that a hip hop starlet, or rapper or artist what they should look like, and she's finally empowering a different generation and actually taking on body dysmorphia like head on. And do you get that level of success? And then this happens. Again, I feel for the victims, but I want to know if I want to see both sides.
Yeah, I think it's a bad sign though that it keeps coming. That's not good.
Here's the way I look at that. I mean, it just shows me that it doesn't matter. We're all human beings, and there are good human beings and bad human beings in every shape, size, color,
Correct.
everything. And that's why what makes it sad, because when you are helping people, which God knows, can you imagine what Lizzo's done for the
Yes.
psyche of individuals in our society? And then it turns out that this is it.
Well, we don't know,
if
right?
it's true.
Yes.
If it's true, it's just it's sad.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
you
I
slice
agree
it,
with Rob,
you know?
though. There are numbers. There are numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Have you ever accidentally FaceTimed someone instead of calling?
Of
And
course.
suddenly realized you're not fit for public consumption.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest panics in the world.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks.
When you look down,
know?
you see that FaceTime graphic with like four sets of
hit
initials.
end.
I hit end like da 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 da.
I don't
da, da,
actually
da.
answer and explain myself. I just hit boop.
Did you guys
I-
get an update on the phone last night on your iPhone?
Oh, the new update is solid.
What have
Pretty,
you noticed from it? I updated. But what is it?
You can
battery notification was the first thing I noticed on it.
but there's also you'll be able to essentially now bump your phones for contacts with something that Androids have had forever.
Let's do that today.
And then
Let's bump phones.
you'll
Yeah,
be able
let's
to
bump
you'll be
phones.
able to FaceTime on Apple TV now.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
And
pretty
you know
cool.
what it does? It uses your it basically syncs to your iPhone.
Yeah.
It uses your iPhone's camera that you put right in front of your TV, and then you FaceTime.
That's pretty cool.
That
That's
is,
neat.
I didn't even know that,
Mhm.
Mr. Tech.
Yeah, that's his thing.
Right?
Nerd alert.
That
Yeah.
is real. That's a
Nerd
great nerd
alert.
alert. I
Nerd
like that.
alert.
Apple, though, I didn't get this on my phone, but it's operating system on iPhones. I didn't see this on mine, what they're talking about here. Someone noticed a small but important change in the new beta version.
Yeah.
The red end call button, you know that when
Yeah.
you got it on your phone, is in a different spot now. Instead of in the middle of the bottom, it's in the bottom right corner. Well, mine updated last night. It wasn't. So I don't know what the deal is with that. But
I'm gonna call Oscar and see where it is on mine. So Oscar,
Did you update?
Yeah, I did this morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
okay, I'm going to look at mine right
Yeah.
here.
You want to call me?
No, it's in the same place. I don't
Yep,
have it.
so is
Yeah,
so
same.
is mine.
But it says beta, so that hasn't been released yet.
It has. Oh, okay, so
Yes.
it has to do
Okay.
that. It's in a different spot. The problem is, out of habit, if you click where the end call button used to be, you'll hit FaceTime. So instead of yelling "screw you" and hanging up on someone, you could accidentally start a
Answer.
video
I think
chat
most
with
people
them.
are answering their phone with just their face, right? Not their body.
Well, I think that you know,
A lot of nostrils.
you know,
The moving
Yeah,
around as
yeah.
you find your shot.
Yeah,
All I
I
know
have a
is
5-minute call. You butt dialed me like 2 days ago,
mm-hmm.
and I looked at my voicemail. I haven't.
I butt dialed you.
Yes, I haven't deleted it yet. It's just you and I was like, I hit play on the messages. I heard you and Carla in the car, and I was like, well, I can't listen to that.
Yeah.
Was it? Did you get anything spicy?
I didn't even get into it because I respect your privacy.
Okay, Grease.
Hey,
It just said a 5-minute call. I'm like, this has to be a butt dial.
Anything spicy?
I hate it.
Yeah. The
I
other
hate it.
day,
I butt dial people more than any human being on the planet.
I did
I
a
really do.
a
I've never
FaceTime.
mastered the lock button. I've never said end of call, now lock phone.
Yeah.
And I'll always go, you know, so it could be FaceTime, it could be anything.
Yeah.
I just do it all the time. I've got these, you know, it's wearing my skinny shorts.
Yeah, look at that. It says
What?
Mike 5 minutes.
Yes.
Right, literally just 5 minutes.
Exactly 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
The fact that he saved it is disturbing.
I can delete it now.
No, he'll delete it.
I just didn't listen to it. I was like, oh.
The other
Yeah.
day, I did a FaceTime to our inter-show one.
Yes.
And I got out of it just in time, but I did panic, and I immediately sent a text and said, sorry about the accidental
Butt dial.
FaceTime. Yeah, hey, help.
So anyway, you have to be aware of that.
Yes.
If they're beta doing it, you think they'll put it out in the final version? Do you think they'll do that?
Yeah, and it'll be called VHS.
It'll be fine. Things
It'll be
change all the
fine.
time.
It'll be okay. Finally today, while on a fishing trip with her family in late July, Tampa Bay Mayor Jane Castor. I love her oil. That is like a 1920s joke I just made.
You change
I
your
can't
oil,
believe that.
Mara? What's
Castor.
going on?
No,
You
do you
don't
know
even
what, do you know what
I
castor
don't even
oil
know
is?
what that is.
It's in a 1930s movies primarily. It's the trope is that it was really foul tasting, but what
And
it was
to make people feel better, right?
it was a laxative for children.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, I believe so.
but it was oil.
Yeah, it was oil. And
Castor oil would make you poop and make you feel better.
yes, that was the ad campaign.
It's not for the car.
No, that was
so the mayor's
Castrol.
name, Jane Castor. She reeled in a big catch. She's a good Floridian. She was out fishing. She reeled in about 70 pounds of cocaine,
Hey!
valued at $1.1 million. The mayor told the Tampa Bay Times that the drugs, Florida, were found in a package adrift in the Atlantic Ocean. There she is on Pirate Day. That's very exciting.
Oh,
That's
man.
Sadly,
wonderful.
Mike, that's not Pirate Day.
Isn't
That's
that-
her wedding.
That's
And confirmed, castor oil is primarily known as a stimulative laxative.
Wedding.
Don't you-
That's good. Good video day, folks. Check
I
out our
give-
videos, please. What's that, Oscar?
it's catch and release in my eyes. If you bring in a kilo of cocaine, you got to put that right back where it was.
Well, if you're the mayor, you probably can't. You got to
I
probably
think you
bring
can.
it to shore.
I think you
know?
can. No
It's
one's
sad.
judging you. You're moving on with life.
Even though she had that lucky strike, she still doesn't have enough to buy a football
well, I
team.
mean, if when the cartels find you,
Yeah, it's scary. It's scary. 1.1 million. They were out fishing for mahi-mahi. Great. my favorite.
fantastic.
My favorite fish, by the way. Good eating. While other family members were perplexed by the package bobbing in the ocean, Castor, well, she was 31 years in the Tampa Police Department.
oh, so she
including
knew.
its first woman chief. So she's a cool lady. And she said she knew immediately what it was. Border Patrol agents then took possession of the package, which contained 25 bricks of cocaine, according to the Federal Law Enforcement Agency. You have to wonder, did it fall out of a plane? Did it fall off a boat?
Yeah, I
that's
think
pretty
it's
far north.
it's a rogue rogue transport, right? Maybe a sub imploded and it came back
Maybe
up.
a sub imploded.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
A
the
narco
cocaine
sub.
set. You're going to find out all about that when you go to Medellin.
My father knew a
How
guy.
do you import export?
Yes, well, how many stamps does this take? My father knew a guy my father used to spend a lot of time at the beach, and this guy, I won't mention his name, but he found a bale of weed that had washed up on shore. I mean, huge, like a 4 foot by 4 foot bale.
Mm-hmm.
And he, of course, gave it to the cops, but took out one pack. So when he gave it to the cops, it was
It
like
had one missing?
It was a perfect cube with one missing, and they said, "Pardon me, sir. Do you know where the rest of this is?" He said,
the dog ate it.
It might be in my car."
Must have fallen off the truck.
Arms too high to make up a lie. 70 pounds of coke floating in the ocean off the coast of Florida. We refer to that down here as a St. Pete iceberg. That's it.
Are you? Is there
hey.
any buzz about the billions that were won in Florida?
The Jacksonville area is where it happened, and apparently around the country there were several $1 million winners.
Yes. Mhm.
But as soon as I hear Florida, we get a little excited.
Yeah.
We had our tickets sitting on the counter, and then as soon as we heard like St. Augustine, Jacksonville area, it's like boo.
I would actually.
Boo.
I'd feel different because I'd say they sold a winner at a Publix.
Yeah.
Yeah. That big lottery business at Publix down here all the time. Go in, get your sub. In my case, pick up my many, many prescriptions for my myriad of antidepressants.
We've been to your Publix.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
it's a wonderful
nice-
Publix.
nice
It really is.
It
outfit.
is. Very good
I put
outfit.
do you want to make one up yourself? I named another one for the cocaine floating in Tampa
Yes.
Bay. A Colombian jellyfish.
That's better. I
Or
like
bobbing for blow.
that. Also good.
Like that.
There
The
you
Colombian
go.
jellyfish.
Colombian jellyfish,
Like
that's your
that.
winner.
Big
Yeah.
winner.
Say hello to my Colombian jellyfish.
There you go. All right, we'll take a break, and we've got a lot of show to come, ladies and gentlemen.
We do. We're just
Don't
getting
you
started.
go anywhere. More to come, just like the old Johnny Carson show.
I hope.
Yeah, that's what it is, everybody. I have a comedian that I truly, truly admire. It's all about poise, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back. Well, speaking of what we were just speaking of, it may be hot, but you can still chill.
Yes.
You don't need to go out into the ocean and find a big bale floating on the beach.
No.
You can get dadgrass. Chill out with dadgrass on your summer vacation. It's legal. It's organic, smokable hemp products. TSA approved, by the way. Enjoy the effects of cannabis with their low THC, high CBD pre-rolled joints. It gives you a clear head. It's like having a beer, glass of wine instead of a 12-pack. It's awesome.
Yes.
And you get an awesome feeling from Dadgrass. Explore their finest tinctures and gummies for all the mellow goodness, no smoke required. I promise you will love your flight. Dadgrass, and that's really TSA approved. We're not making that up.
No, you
That's
take
the
it
truth,
right through the
folks.
airport.
I've traveled with it
Yes.
Yeah, that's
He doesn't leave home without it.
multiple
it's the
times.
Ginchias. All Dadgrass products federally legal for ages 18 and over, and it ships right to your door anywhere in the U.S. Plus, it's TSA approved. Right now, Dadgrass is offering our listeners 20% off their first order when you go to dadgrass.com/TMOS. Go to dadgrass.com/TMOS, 20% off your first order. dadgrass.com/TMOS. Matt Rife is a comedian who is seems to have developed an amazing following.
Red
and
hot, right?
a 27-year-old comedian and does a lot of social media work. Look at those guns. Look at those guns. I date him, for God's sake. Isn't he just dreamy?
He's been doing this since he was like 14 years old.
He's been a baby comedian,
Yeah.
and there is one clip, I think probably his most popular, that's floating around, where he engages a 40-something in his audience who sends him a naughty T-shirt and cookies on stage.
Oh, yeah.
And
I've seen
this
this.
guy, and now it kind of makes sense with the poise, Oscar, because you talk about his crowd work, which I love that more than anything with a comedian.
That's the best. Yeah.
And he engages with this absolute smoke show mom in his crowd who sends him the risque T-shirt and the seductive
Wisconsin.
T-shirt. And it
Yeah, I
is
remember.
just fantastic. And I just think this guy, I think he's on the way. I mean, this may be bigger than big. God knows what he's
sold out
gonna do.
50 plus shows.
Yes.
He's on tour through the middle of next year.
Mhm.
I think 6 of them were in Chicago, or 5 of them were in Chicago, like every night.
Right.
He's coming to DC soon, all sold out, like within minutes. If you
Right.
want to get a ticket now, I want to take Shannon so she could drool all over him. Just wasn't going to pay $500 to see that guy. I'll pay $500 to see Chris Rock, maybe Dave Chappelle.
Is he doing like a theater tour?
I think he's got DAR.
Oh, that's
Oscar,
okay. It's a pretty
I
big
think
venue.
I
yeah.
think he's worth the ticket. I think and I'm not talking about the McDreamy factor. I'm talking about the fact that this guy is so composed,
let me
and
look
maybe
where he's
because
at right
he's
now.
done it for so long, and just to see somebody. And I don't know everything about the guy, but there have been rumors about perhaps getting canceled or something like
Oh,
that.
I heard he's got a donger on him.
He did.
You say that about
Matt Rife.
everybody.
But he dated Kate Beckinsale, so there's that.
Oh, yes.
She of the Pete Davidson. If there's any credence to that
Perhaps
particular
she
thing.
has a type.
But he works
Okay.
this
DAR.
crowd.
Okay.
Friday, and 2 shows on Friday, 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. Oh my God, all of these are sold out. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
3 shows on Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
2 shows at the Warner Theater in March, sold out. Like he's got 6 shows sold out.
Oscar's talking about venues that are big. I mean, these are big theater
When
venues.
I mean big.
We're talking like maybe 1,200, 1,500 seats a night. Even
And
maybe
he-
more, yeah.
That's crazy.
What he does is that when you can, at that age, and I still consider 27 to be
No, here we go.
a kid,
Mm-hmm.
and you can watch him just handle the flirtation, the comedy, and I've always thought that being too pretty as a comedian, being a too good-looking guy or a too good-looking woman, maybe easier for a good-looking woman to do it.
Yeah.
But with guys, you have to have kind of that goofy factor a little bit. I
You're
think
right.
it helps the presentation. It doesn't matter with this guy because he's just so composed. And I know I might be late to the party for this guy, obviously with him selling out shows. But I just wanted to profess my admiration for the guy. He's
Who
really,
do you
really
think,
talented.
going through the years, is the handsomest successful male stand-up?
Gallagher.
One or two?
This would be the polar opposite of Gallagher. It really.
He
And I
doesn't
think
do a lot of prop work.
The Gallagher. I just it was really.
You went.
I go to a Gallagher show.
You did, yeah. And
At,
I think you
at
came
the
back.
State Theater.
You came back with a favorable review. I think.
I think I liked him. I
Yeah.
think he was because I think the actual material was there as well. but the first 2 rows where it's like, they gotta run the raincoat.
I don't
what
know
are you reading
nothing
about
about
this
that.
guy? Are
Okay.
you still
Well,
sold
I
out?
can go March 31st, right after my birthday, which would be great.
That's right. You have to wait till birthday season to see this guy.
Jeez
I don't want to sit up
Louise.
front.
No, you don't want to be worked
I don't
by
want to
the
be part
guy.
of the show.
Yeah, but you know what? You might enjoy it. Be good for our show if you did that.
What if you said, I appreciate you picking me out. May I come upstage with you?
He really does. He does.
Can
a
I
good
feel
job
your
with the
abs,
crowd.
and then you can feel my wife's?
So check him out. It's really really.
Would you
really
go?
good. To a Matt Rife
Yeah.
show? Yeah, but I mean, unfortunately, I have
Why don't
to
you?
go
Why don't we plan out a trip? You come up here. We'll go to that show together.
because I'm coming up in the fall.
You
I'm gonna be
can't come
coming
back
up
up
in
in the
fall.
spring.
I could come up in the spring.
Yeah,
I
just
could
like-
come up in the
Mike
spring.
is like a
I don't know.
vampire. He can only come up when invited.
Please let me into your home.
Hello,
Please
Matthew
Let
Rife.
me
That's
into your homes. No, I would. I don't know if I'd want to fly to Washington to see the guy.
You would
know?
see us, and it would just be a bonus.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. That's true. You want
We're
me,
here in DC.
would you like me to come twice a year instead of just once?
I don't think you should count the times you come up
Okay, sir.
as painful moments in your life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You can do what you want.
Remember, the
Mike-
dynamic has changed. You know?
How
You can
about
do what
3
you want.
times
I'll be
every
up in
2
the spring
years?
as well, sir. What?
3 times every 2 years.
Don't you
might be
have
good.
family here?
No.
Your daughter's here.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, she
Uh,
counts as
well,
family.
no, but I mean, I don't think of her. Well, she lives with my my ex.
Yeah, but
so
she's
it's
allowed
not
to
like,
Come
leave,
into the
isn't
city
she?
and have dinner. with
Yeah,
you.
I would come up and yes, I would. I'm used to them coming to me.
That's
What?
true.
I've always. By the way, I'm planning on coming up in October
Yes,
to
you
see
are.
you guys.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
you are.
And your daughter.
And my daughter. Yeah. Jeez, I'm not that thoughtless.
No, you're not.
But I'm going to see my daughter.
If
at
Carla doesn't
Thanksgiving.
arrange it, I don't see them.
I've arranged all the Thanksgiving for the last 3 years.
They come to you.
That's
do,
right.
which is wonderful.
Wouldn't it be a surprise?
It's sunny
Hey-
Florida.
hey-
Wouldn't you like to be in Florida in
Hey,
November?
Hey, what is it? You probably call it, hey, Lizzie, Dad's coming in town. We should have dinner.
She
Bring
doesn't like
Connor
me
along."
calling her Lizzie. Only
Okay,
your
I'm
friends
so- I'm
call her
sorry.
Lizzie.
I don't know.
Dad says Elizabeth. That's it.
Hi, Elizabeth. Get Connor and get the ring. Meet me at the restaurant.
Do you know?
Anything special? No, I don't know.
Do you know the Red
Tough to move
Lobster
that.
on Route 50?
I do.
I know you do.
Oh, your favorite restaurant, Mac.
Yeah.
That's
Always
what it
that
is.
specific one.
Back Bay
Oh,
cheddar
God.
biscuits all
Yeah.
around. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sleep deprived. That's why I'm having trouble responding to
Right.
these things.
These
but
were just simple questions. You got Jimmy here. You have so
I
many
will tell you,
friends here.
October is going to happen. March,
Great.
that's tournament season.
What?
That's the way.
Yeah, but aren't
that
those
goes.
mostly on the weekends?
Yeah.
You could
Yeah.
you
These
could
are
work
weekday
around
shows.
those.
Well, you guys. I mean, you guys. It's it's a two-way street. You guys, I owe you a trip up to Washington.
Well,
That's
what
why
if-
I'm coming up.
we-
in
What
October.
if in March Oscar and I and Matt Rife came to you?
like you flew down with Matt Rife?
Yeah, we got on a plane. And
I'd
you-
love to get Matt Rife on the show. It's he's just a young guy. He'd be very funny to panel with, and it would be great to talk about his overwhelming success and where he did it. I think the combination of McDreamy and decent stand-up comedy, especially
Yes.
with crowd work, has resulted in this guy blowing up. But it's also his social media presence and the way he has arranged
Yeah,
that.
he's a modern comic. He knows how to work the system.
There are people out there that, or the people around him know how to work the system.
If he's been doing it since he's 14, I bet he knows.
You
how to
still
work the
have to be
system.
great.
Yeah,
Dane Cook had that phenomena for a while.
But I hated Dane Cook. I think guys like Matt Rife better than they like Dane Cook. Dane Cook had that. You were the only guy I know
Yeah,
that
I went
liked
to go
Dane
see him.
Cook. It was Dane Cook was I didn't like
Well,
it.
for my generation, it was
No,
somebody
it's
new.
not generational. It doesn't matter. I like comedians of all ages, but Dane Cook had a
I
a
didn't
jive
care-
factor. His
Yes.
stand-up was jive. I
didn't
thought.
care for his presentation. Didn't care for his
Yeah.
attitude.
Right, had a bad attitude. That's what he had. A
Yeah.
really bad attitude.
Bad attitude. And where is he
Are there
now?
Is there anybody out there on the horizon right now that's striking you, either one of you, as somebody special? I think this
Nate
guy
Bargatze's
is
very funny.
who?
Nate Bargatze. I like his
still,
stuff a lot.
I still stand by Ian Bagg.
Mhm.
I still
Tom
stand by
Segura's
Ian
latest
Bagg.
special is fantastic.
Yes, Tom Segura, who is the gold standard.
Who's oh god, she's on Netflix as a joke. I don't know why I always forget her. It's not a common name. Starts with a C. Curly hair. She was in the Schwarzenegger show.
Oh, I know who you mean.
Fortune.
Fortune Femster.
Yes.
She's very, very funny.
fantastic.
So funny.
Yeah.
There you are. All right, so write them down and go ahead and check them out.
Oh, and Jack Parr.
Jack Parr. Yes, that's a reference for all the 80-year-olds in our audience right now. We will take a break, ladies and gentlemen, and we got something special coming up because we have sleep talking. And
Yes.
there's nothing more
Oh, I
exciting
love it.
than sleep talk analysis.
Yes.
Something I have faked before.
Oh.
Be right back. It's so hot, the Alabama Brawlers are now fighting over an ice cream cone. The Alabama Brawlers. So it's time to focus on your face, and DermGlow has everything in one place. DermGlow has everything guys and gals need to battle Mr. Sunshine. The Sun Guard is fantastic. I use it every single day. I'm wearing it right now. Lots of it is on sale because it's not just Sun Guard, it's also a moisturizer that you put on your face. It's Sun Guard, ladies and gentlemen. Check it out, and thank you for all the orders of Sun Guard. We appreciate that. It's DermGlow's #1 selling sunscreen. Don't be a big, dumb, stupid idiot like Rob who goes out on a tube and gets burned. Protect yourself with DermGlow. Enjoy fast shipping and worldwide delivery. They even offer Afterpay for your convenience. Enhance your loveliness with virtual skin consultations and find the perfect products for you. Visit DermGlowSkin.com today. Tell them that Detroit native Pam Dauber sent you.
Yes.
Perhaps you remember Pam as Mindy McConnell.
What?
Perhaps you remember Pam as Mindy McConnell
Yes.
on Mork and Mindy. No one knows that last name. Or as Samantha Russell in My Sister Sam. Dauber got her start as a fashion model for Photomat, Noxzema, Underalls, and many others. But she's no longer a Noxzema girl. Now she only uses DermGlow products to keep her looking young, happy, and relevant. What's wrong with you? This is like the only one he takes liberty with. You see that? He just goes, nuts.
Yeah, I'm sure Carla really appreciates this.
Inside of it.
She's just trying to sell some product.
Don't be sad. Don't be a sobber. Just treat your face like Miss Pam Dauber. With DermGlow. Some restrictions apply. Check your local listings. Void in Cincinnati. Apple's not included. Oh, he's starting
Buy
to go.
some sunblock from Carla, please.
Yes, please
Thank
do
you
it.
very much.
They have Afterpay.
You never know what these guys are coming in with to talk to me about every single day. That's what keeps this show fun and alive, ladies and gentlemen. And when Oscar said that he has discovered, is this a recent discovery that you've noticed about your wife?
Yes, and it's usually just conversations. I'll probably catch one once a month. She's a deep sleeper. For someone that doesn't sleep but she like really good. She gets in the envelope around 9:30. She passes out before me. She's got her whole system of the timer on the TV, everything.
Oh, is she one of those people that makes the TV turn off after she falls asleep?
Yeah, I think it's actually not a bad practice. It's on all modern televisions. You just hit
but
the
some
timer.
people say you shouldn't have any screens at all in the bedroom.
She does not have a problem.
All right.
So before we get into a discussion of Shannon sleep talking, Oscar was pleasant enough to record one of the sleep talking episodes.
Nice.
Let's play that right here. Okay.
Mike is very, very, very attractive.
You're close.
Wow.
You're close. So 2 nights ago, and I debated on bringing this in or not, because it's just probably not healthy for my marriage. But
oh
who cares?
Oh,
it's good for the show.
Oh no.
She, and let me preface this with this. We have heard on this show maybe once or twice in the past 10 years that I've known my wife, maybe 11 now, that we've been dating and then / married 5 over those years. She has an accent, like she's been hiding it our entire
Southern
lives.
Maryland accent,
like a twang,
which is
deep
a
down
variation of a Baltimore accent.
Correct.
Now, question.
Downtown, that type
something
of
like
thing.
that. Yeah.
Right.
My stepfather, when he was alive, when he'd get upset, his Florida accent would come out.
No,
But
she hides this all the time.
she hides it all,
Yes.
even if she gets upset in daytime.
Yeah,
Like,
she said that she actively worked on hiding it in her teens.
that's very clever. That's nice.
I also do a Shannon impression. You must have been a beautiful baby. By the way, a nightingale singing voice that I'd like to
She
hear
can
again on the
sing
show.
really
sometime.
well, yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, I tried to teach her the second line to that song. She won't take it. She
Okay.
just does the one.
So, so I hear this like twangy, the conversation coming out of, her side
Dream.
of her side of the bed, like just
Mhm.
coming from her side of the bed. And
Is it the
Santos
right? Is it the right side?
Yes, Santos is right next to us. We got 2 twin beds. He sleeps in the middle on the floor,
That's right. Just like Desi and Lucy.
and she says, "If you get a divorce, then I can divorce my husband."
I wasn't prepared. I'm sorry. Hold on. I was not. I have to go back to the. Okay,
In the
there it is. Not too
twangiest
loud,
of
please. Thank you.
accents.
Give us that. I'm sorry. I need it one more time, please.
In a very twangy Southern Maryland hybrid. Who know? I can't even put my. I've only heard it a handful of times when she's been like hammered, and she doesn't really drink. So
If you
get a divorce, like a happy, like if you get a divorce, then I can divorce my husband.
That's
that is
terrific.
that, and I hate to say in a good way, but it has to be. That has stopped the show.
Yeah.
As far.
Yeah.
Did you? What in the name of God went through your mind at this particular time?
Well, it stopped me. I was like, well, that was a good run.
Wow. Oh my. Oh wow. Wow.
So we
That's-
haven't confronted each other about it.
You haven't. You're bringing it up here. Was this recent?
Yeah.
Last night? Night before?
No, maybe Friday. I felt like it was 2 days ago, but no, it was probably Friday or Thursday of last week.
In the days leading up to the talking in her sleep, have you seen any friends or anything that you wouldn't have normally seen? That would
No, I don't go snooping around.
No, I don't mean that. I mean, like, did you go out for drinks with like a buddy that you hadn't seen in a
No,
while?
we don't.
Is Charlie Burney treating you the same way he normally treats you?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how to add it up. I don't even know. I don't even have the time or the inclination to even start looking for anything.
She's been talking to me a lot.
Isn't
No
that
worries.
Isn't that strange?
It is weird.
That is just that is something to.
Yeah.
So, is the plan to ultimately deal with speak to her about it? Yeah, I know it's going to happen. You're going to need probably a little liquid courage to do it.
No. We went out. We had a nice date on Saturday. I haven't even really thought about it.
Okay, you just happened to.
Yes.
It popped into your head
Yes.
this morning when you came in. Because obviously it's somewhere back there.
Yeah.
No, I just figured what's going to bring some heat to the show, and Rob wasn't bringing anything, so I figured I'd bring it up.
Thank you, Oscar.
You're welcome.
We can take a break and just deal with that. We can just stew on that one. That's who knows? His call to be continued. If he brings it up, whatever.
Look, I
know she doesn't pop in very often.
This is what
but
I'm
boy,
focused on.
Yes.
I'm focused on 2 things: rebuilding TMOS.
Yes.
Having Podville acquired or going through an A round.
Yep.
And that's all I'm focused on.
I understand.
That's why she
but-
wants to divorce you.
Well, and that's why we need to get her in the studio. That would be wonderful. We'll
Those
be
are my
right
priorities.
back, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. You never know what's going to come out of his mouth. Oh, my God. Hey, Liquid IV. I got it right here. Hey, I have a new cup.
Look at that.
This is my orange cup for my orange Liquid IV.
You know where he got that? The Orange Bowl at the mall.
Lemon lime, I should say, not orange.
That's fine.
It is the #1 powdered hydration brand in America. Now available in sugar-free. Last night at Michael's football game, I bring literally a bucket of Liquid IV to the and there it is right now. There's the sugar-free.
Yes.
There's your Liquid IV. I bring a bucket of it to the 96-degree practices that we do, and it's fantastic. The sugar-free hydration multiplier uses a proprietary zero-sugar hydration solution with no artificial sweeteners, 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink, plus 8 vitamins and nutrients for everyday wellness. Liquid IV hydrates twice as fast as water alone. Keep your daily routine exciting. 3 new flavors: white peach, green grape, lemon lime. Not only will you feel awesome, but you'll also be making a positive impact because they have taken care of 39 million servings free to people over in 50 countries. Be like me. Drink Liquid IV. Real people, real flavor, real hydrating. Now sugar-free. Grab your Liquid IV Hydration Multiplier sugar-free in bulk nationwide at Costco, or get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com/TMOS. That's it. That's the code at checkout. 20% off anything you order. Promo code TMOS at liquidiv.com, people.
The flip side.
Rob, you'll notice that we could probably go on an hour talking about that last thing, but we had to respect the flip side today.
Yes,
so I wanted to give you
and
enough
also,
time.
we're going to postpone the talk of the greatest comedy records because we don't have time to get into it today.
Maybe we can do that sometime next week.
Yeah, or it'd be good bonus show material, I think,
Okay,
as well.
very
So we'll
good.
have that. Today is a day that I think most disc jockeys love. It's National Lazy Day. And I invite you to get your weaponry ready, Mike. I wouldn't normally play this, but this one goes out to Jimmy Cerrito for National Lazy Day.
Lazy, I don't want to go into the office.
Wow, you're not taking any. Wow, you're not taking any prisoners.
Hold on. I haven't killed it yet.
Oh.
Help me. Help. Oh, well, thank God I finally got... Oh, no. No. Oh, my leg.
This is the parody record talking.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I like it.
Thank you.
So when you take a new job, you want to make a good first impression, right? And the first home game as a Philadelphia Philly, there's a pitcher named Michael Lorenzen. He had a pretty good night. He pitched a no-hitter.
Swung on, popped up, shallow center field. Rojas sprinting in, he's under it, makes the catch, and Michael Lorenzen has thrown the 14th no-hitter in Philadelphia Phillies history. He is being mobbed by his teammates as the Phillies shut out the Nationals 7-0.
The Nationals at the expense of the Washington team.
Exactly. So he's pretty popular up there in Philly now. Meanwhile, in the Barbie-verse, I found this statistic very interesting. Ryan Gosling has become the 15th former Musketeer to hit the top 10 with a record.
Really?
And this goes all the way back to like the Annette Funicello days.
Yeah.
But 15 Musketeers have had hit records. You got Britney Spears is among them.
Mm-hmm.
I think Christina Aguilera was.
Yes.
It almost sounds like you're saying instead of Mouseketeers, you're saying Musketeers.
Mouseketeers.
Yes.
So say what you will, but Walt Disney loved his talent. He really, really did.
Mm-hmm.
And now, Mike, next time you go down to Ocean, you want
down
to
the ocean. Come on now. Hey, maybe I'll get a divorce when you divorce your husband.
You get a divorce, then I'll divorce my husband.
I don't know. He just don't understand me no more.
Mike, what's the best thing when you go down to Ocean to get as like a souvenir?
Finding a family law attorney.
Well, that's more modern. I was thinking maybe like a box of taffy or one of them photo viewers that you get on the beach.
Thrasher's
Laffy
French
Taffy.
fries.
But right now, if you go to the Sunrise Diner, they're having some financial troubles.
Okay.
So they're selling a new product, soap. But the soap is made out of bacon grease.
Well, this is actually something my great-grandmother did when we were growing up. She
That's
collected
not the
all her
right
bacon
accent.
grease
I know,
and
he
made
doesn't
soap
sound
out
too
of
high,
it.
does he?
It kind of just popped in my mind. We're frying off so much bacon every day. I see all that grease. And I just experimented. I called my grandfather, And he walked me through the recipe, and I came up with something I really liked. We collect all the bacon grease. I clean it really well till it's just like pure odorless lard. So you just mix it with water, and all like the crud, the odor, everything you don't want gets caught in the water.
Right.
And you just left with this lard on top that you cool and you scrape off. And you repeat that process a few times, and you're just left with this pure lard that's really, really good for your skin.
Just like the beach at Ocean City, every day they wipe the crud off the top of it.
Hi, Grandpa.
And that's all I got for you.
Oh,
today.
that's it. We're out of here. All right, we got to go. We'll be back with a bonus show, the best bonus show in town. Who knows? Maybe Skippy here will elaborate on, because I think if he's bringing it to the show, could be a variety of things, but you never know.
That's right. It could have
really
legs.
down here. If it's in the intergovernment, it
Daddy
might be.
long legs.
Yeah.
You never know. We'll see you tomorrow for the bonus
Wonder
show.
if he's tall.
Mac, nice job today, and see you at Red Lobster. For Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana, Mike O'Mara saying so long, everybody.
Aloha.
Ciao, ciao.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
It is a cutting-edge, high-tech firm out of the Midwest awaiting imminent patent approval on a next generation of radar detectors that have both huge military and civilian applications.
We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living room. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone.
Sabrina, don't just stare at it, eat it.